This tutorial is going to be a simpler version of the screen making process through Photoshop. So if we jump into Photoshop and I have this image here, instead of going through the bitmap process, we're going to do it through the channels. So with the image, Command A to select all, I copy it, I go to the channels. I've got some old ones here that I'm just going to delete, make a new channel, I'll paste it, and I'll do another one, paste again. So I'll go to this top one and I'm going to give it a little bit of contrast. I'll go for the middle a wee bit. I'll go OK, and at this stage I'm going to go filter. I'll go to the filter gallery and I'm going to pick the halftone screen. So I can move it and have a look at it. The size of the dot, I'm going to reduce that right down. I can press up here to see it, and usually make the contrast a bit tighter. You'll see now when I go right up, it's getting a little bit soft, but it's doing a pretty good job. I'll make the size of the dots a bit smaller again, and I'll go OK. Now this, I'll just quickly go to the layers and I'm just going to make a new adjustment layer, solid, and I'll make this kind of purpley colour that I've been making. Go OK. New layer up above it. I'll go to channels. I'll load this image that I've just made. Go to the layers, click on the layer, and I'm going to go Option, delete. Oh, it's filled with black, so I'll just change that. Actually, I'll go Command D, switch these off for a minute, and then I can go I for the eyedropper tool, and I'm just going to pick a skin tone off this image. Now I can click on this image that was black, and I'll go Option Shift Delete, which fills with the foreground color. Well, the other option is if I click it and I have it locked, I just need to go Option Delete. I don't need the shift. I don't need the Shift key. And there we go. So we've got that narrowed down. Now I'm going to tidy up with the masking. So if I hold down the Option key first, I can click and drag that mask and add it elsewhere. Hold down the Option key, click and drag it. When it goes over this one, because there's already something there, a blank one, it'll just ask to replace it. And then we come back into this. So now with the channels, I can come to our second alpha channel, and this one I'm going to get try and get these highlights, so the white bits through there. I'll go OK, and back up to the filter, filter gallery, back here, and this one, well now see, and this is the problem with the halftone screening, is that if I enlarge up on this, it for some reason doesn't do such a good job here. Probably it's too contrasty, so it's not doing a good job of the dot screening. This is where taking it through that bitmap process makes a big difference. But I'll go with that. I'll leave it as is and go OK. So it's got some kind of texture to it. I'll load it up. Back to my layers, and I'll make a new layer above that one. And I'll make it a lighter color. Go OK. Option Delete. So I've filled that, Command D to get rid of the selection, and I can hold down the Option key, drag up that mask. Now with this one, the thing that's really interesting with this technique that I like is that we have this that has the kind of fine detail. This one hasn't got that same kind of structure, so it's kind of a combination of two different images, and I like the way that it plays out. So if we have a look at this, and then we jump to this one that's the bitmap, you can see the difference in the way it works. I know that this has got 3 layers, but even if we close off that very top one, it's a very strong difference. I'll just try and get them closer to a similar size. But the technique of this is still really interesting. So I'll keep that, and then of course you've got all the same stuff where you can change the colors. If I lock all these layers, then I don't have to worry about using the shift key. I can just play with the colors. So this one here, let's try it with something that's a little more psychedelic. Option delete. This one, pick another color. Yeah, probably starting to look a little bit mucky. I'll pick a different kind of blue, see how it looks now. Oops. Oh, it's not too dissimilar to the colour that's there. I'll take it down a bit more. And so you kind of get a nice interplay between a greeny colour there and the blue. So again, a simpler process. Just try adding a colour. I'll even shift, click on the mask so it's gone, so just a colour, and then try doing that halftone screening just with one, and then you can kind of get this colour, and then try it with the second one where you've played with the levels a wee bit more, and see what you can get as a combination. This one I could have even made a bit more subtler. Now the thing with this as well is you've got the mask, and I can see with this there's a bit of a halo, so if I do want to clean it up so that the mask is controlling that edge, then I just get black, usual stuff, going over the bits that I'm not interested in. So I'm just going to make that brush a bit bigger. Even some of these little incidentals I could get rid of if I want to make it much cleaner. This one up here, the same sort of thing. Click on the mask, get rid of this halo. Again, some of these little bits, this funny little bit here, I might just leave that. Get rid of it. We've got those two, and then shift to switch the mask back on, and this is giving us the outer edge. So there's lots of ways that you can play with it, but this just is trying to simplify down that process we've been doing. Try it with a dot screen and just build it up little by little. Again, if we go a bit further with this one, I'll probably make a new channel. The image is still there, and this I'm going to knock it down so it's really just the brightest spots that are coming through. You can see it there. This to me actually has enough texture that I'm not even going to put it through a dot screen, I'll layer it, or select it, sorry, go to the layers, and so this is just building it up one more time. Make a new layer, and this one, we'll make it like little hot spots. So I'll just leave it as white. When white's the foreground color, we go Option, Delete. We can control the edging by holding down the Option key and just dragging up a mask. And let's try it with as a yellow, something with a little bit of colour on there. Oh yeah, it's starting to look a little bit fudgy, so we'll just take it back to white. And you can see, so just adding in a little wee bit more detail.